Do you like your new toy?
Avengers Infinity War is a decent movie.
Alright.
One thing I think we can all admit is just how terrible all of the popular content on YouTube is. PewDiePie? More like PewDieCooked. Jack's Films? More like Trending Tab. H3H3? More like making entire videos on a single tweet. Ethan, I'm really sorry about that, by the way. Please follow me on Twitter. Thank you very much. But don't worry, guys. We got a channel with some OG and fresh content here today. That's just gonna blow your mind and open up your third eye right here. This channel is called Looper. You know when it's like 4 in the morning and you're staring up at the ceiling, having those deep philosophical thoughts like, is there life after death? Where do we come from? And is the new Venom movie actually gonna be good? Well, don't worry, guys, because Looper answers none of them. Looper instead answers questions like, why Tammy from NCIS New Orleans looks so familiar? Why Hollywood stopped casting Cameron Diaz? And of course, things we need to see in the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. No! So if you haven't gathered already, Looper is the incestuous bastard child of WatchMojo.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 anime betrayals.
But the thing is, WatchMojo actually has somewhat of a meme status because their videos are just so terrible. But Looper, on the other hand, they're just boring. Incredibly boring.
Have you heard of the channel Looper? I think they make amazing content. My favorite video is the one where they talk about...
Yeah, I don't care. Now, originally, I wanted to dedicate this video to Avengers Infinity War and Venom, but the problem is, when I tried looking up some trailers to get footage for the video, oh, the amount of Looper videos, man. God damn. We got about 10 videos that Looper made on Infinity War in the past 5 days. One thing I love about Looper is that they'll have a topic and they'll try and stretch it out to 10 minutes. Shit. But the thing is, the stuff Looper talk about, you could just solve it with a Google search. Why Disney refuses to release National Treasure 3? Because the series is dog shit. What the biggest comic fans don't know about Venom, he's actually circumcised. The ending of Avengers Infinity War explained. Well, that's simple. They actually...
All the characters traveled to the Peter Griffin household. Doctor Strange uses his world-bending powers to make Joe walk again.
I'm filming this the next day because when I threw the sword at the camera, the entire stand broke. But anyway, regarding to Looper, I don't think the channel itself is that great, but fortunately Looper have improved their content recently by opening a new channel called Looper India.
सीक्वल्स तो इतने ही जरूरी हो चुकी है हॉलीवुड में कि हर दूसरी फिल्म की सीक्वल बनाने में लोग जुट जाते हैं.
I understood all of that. Now, I did see Infinity War a couple of days ago at the cinema, and for not being the biggest fan of superhero movies, the film was fantastic. It was directed by the Russo brothers, who look quite a lot like the Bogdanov twins. What I enjoyed most about the movie is that it didn't feel like a superhero movie, it felt like Thanos' movie. You had this ensemble cast of just so many people throughout the movie, but I think Thanos got the most character development. And I'm mainly saying that because the most development Thanos has got in the past is seeing him as a cameo after the credits of the movies. Now, I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was a good experience. Probably the best superhero film I've seen. But saying that, I think it's a bit unfair because that's like comparing an amalgamation of every single superhero you've been watching for the past 10 years, duking it out, and then comparing it to Thor 2. It's not a fair comparison. Now, like I said, the movie was great. I didn't pass out during watching it, though. In all honesty, I'm quite jealous of you because I would love to be invested in a film to the point where I burst into tears and then pass out. One out-of-body experience I had while watching the film was this guy sitting next to me and he was just eating this bag of family-sized Doritos, but instead of having one like a normal person, he had 5 of them. So you're trying to watch the film, be invested in what's going on, you just hear next to you that eating, the eating of greasy Doritos. At the end of the film, I was going to turn around and tell him the disgusting impact plastic has on the environment and how he should feel sorry for himself, but then he started crying. So, he gets a pass. I didn't cry at the end of the film because I'm a big boy. I reserve my tears for the Minecraft movie. Now, whenever a film is this big and this hyped up, I mean, Jesus, it's already made triple its budget like 2 days after being released. Now, we've already talked about Looper. That's probably the worst example, but there's definitely some that are way up there. The influence of Dark Souls on Avengers Infinity War is hard to ignore. Of course, I remember watching the Infinity War movie, and next to me on the left, you had Solaire, and directly in front of me, you had a man cosplaying as the Bonfire. The article's basically talking about the concept of death, and how that's related to Dark Souls. So you're telling me if my entire family dies in a horrible accident, that I'm somehow paying homage to Dark Souls?
Finally, Avengers Infinity War is about loss.
Did you know if you have a fire in your living room, you're actually paying homage to Dark Souls 3? Did you know that Skyrim actually pays homage to Dark Souls sorcery by having spells?
Back to the movie, one thing I really liked about it is the writing. Because I'm not gonna lie, when I sat down, I was the most pessimistic asshole. I was just waiting for this film to have a bad joke, or an awkward delivery, or a bad fight scene. I went into the cinema with a negative mindset because I'm not someone that enjoys superhero films.
I think Avengers Age of Ultron is the best superhero movie ever made.
The thing I liked most about the movie was probably Tom Holland playing Spider-Man. He did an absolutely fantastic job. I loved his performance. He is the second best Spider-Man that has ever been played. Now, you're probably wondering who's the number one Spider-Man actor, the best of the best. Of course, it's your boy, Tobey Maguire. I get that Tom Holland has a great character arc and he has a great performance, childlike but mature when needed. But come on, you got Spider-Man 3 dancing. You can't outplay that. One thing I despised about the film was the music. But when people review movies, they never seem to talk about the music, especially in superhero films, because it is such a non-topic. Every Frame a Painting actually did a really good video talking about this, and how Marvel has a massive problem with creating individual music for their movies.
Can you sing anything from a Marvel movie?
I'm like the biggest Marvel fan that I know of. I can't think of any of the songs.
Another thing I really didn't like about the Avengers, or the cinema industry as a whole, is the trailers. They have a tendency to spoil every good action movie of the film, and in some cases they horribly misrepresent the film. There are some scenes in the Avengers Infinity War trailer that just do not appear in the film. But the problem is with trailers, it's very hard for them to advertise a movie, especially a superhero movie, without spoiling huge events during the film. A bit off topic, but one trailer I think that was absolutely terrible was It Comes at Night, which was a horror film. It was all about suspense and tension, but the trailer marketed it like it was some kind of action horror thriller movie. And obviously that's great because you're probably getting more people that want to see that, but then when they leave the cinema they're going to be incredibly disappointed. But overall, I'd say Avengers Infinity War is a fantastic movie. The ending was phenomenal because, like I said earlier, this is really Thanos' movie. It's nice that he's not some cookie-cutter generic villain. I mean, he does look worryingly close to Homer Simpson, but I think I'll let that slide. Another topic I wanted to talk quickly about. I saw the Venom trailer. Very handsome boy. 10 out of 10 would marry. Now, I said that jokingly, but quite recently Vice have produced an article about the trailer. Meet the people who want to fuck Venom. And it has nothing to do with Tom Hardy. Also read, people want to fuck the clown from It. The article is basically talking about people that fantasize having Venom in a long, loving marriage and having many children with him. The article is wording it as weird, and people that are into this are disgusting. I, however, think Venom is the most handsomest of boys. Now, if that article wasn't concerning enough, there's Instagram edits of Venom. I mean, are you surprised? I would like to see an Instagram edit of Venom with Despacito played over the top. I think that would be a great video. Also, guys, remember when I said earlier Todd Holland is my second favourite Spider-Man? He's actually my third, and Tobey Maguire is now my second favourite Spider-Man. Because my first favourite Spider-Man is this video I just found 15 seconds ago. Anyway, bros, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a bit less constructed and more all over the place. It was like a really shallow review, shitting on a YouTube channel again. I hope you enjoyed. As you can tell, this is a one-off video. I'm not going to regularly review films. There are many channels out there that do a much better job than me. Hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. And leave a like if you like Minecraft.